Well, hello, and welcome back to the tower. So, it's a bracket. It's the bracket. We'll see what happens in it. Actually, no, we won't. We'll know next time. Well, actually, if you use the website, you'll know. But, you'll know when you will know at some point. How about that? I am still setting things up. Wait, it remembered? For once in my life, it remembered? Wait, no, this is... Oh, okay, I grabbed the wrong one. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Yeah, I am cooked. Yeah, I wanted to start early, Faust. A little bit early. There we go. Do do do. Wait, you mistimed. No, I'm early. It's not really that early. I actually slept in way later than I thought I would, but, is what it is. Yeah. Nick wants to show off his legendary Havoc Bringer. A Testament. Hey, Linus, how you doing? Oh. Oh, my bad, Faust. Well, congrats on your 10K. Hey, Ghetto, how you doing? Hey, Christian. How's everybody doing today? I did actually re-level up my modules. That's why I'm broke again. Yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, congrats. Oh, uh-oh. You can watch me on an airplane. I believe I am flight compatible. Alright, switch the cards. Oh, congrats, Lina. Oh, well, still congrats, but that happens. Alright, well, nothing else to do but pray. Yeah, this is ugly. Really ugly. Let's see. Oh, no. Okay, well, this is... that's fine. It's just going to be a bad tournament, and we're just going to have a bad tournament, and that's just what God has given me today. I blame myself. I blame myself. And we got the two worst battle conditions. We have ranged ultimate, and we have fast ultimate, which means not only is this going to be terrible, I have to slow things down. So this is going to be a thing. But hey, you guys can actually see Ampy now. He actually shows up. Yeah, given the bracket I got, I looked at it like a while ago. Whoops. I think I'm just hosed. I might as well just hang up my hat. We will do our best, but yeah, it's going to be a painful one. Honestly, I don't care about range mastery as much as I care about the fast ultimate, because at least if it was range, just range ultimate, not range mastery, range ultimate, it's just like, okay, that's just a bad tournament, right? And I did switch my priority. But at least I can go full blast. This tournament with the fast ultimate, I have to worry about my table. Oh, good point. Oh, and knockback. Okay, so triple bad. Oh, boy. What can you do? That's okay. It'll be... Well, no, it won't even be a quick tournament because we're going to have to slow it down at some point. Like, if it was a quick tournament, I wouldn't care so much. Like, is what it is, right? I got a bad bracket anyways. You know, it kind of like, it is what it is. Honestly, I don't even mind the range mix with knockback because, hey, we all have to deal with it, right? Like, that's a thing everybody has to deal with, which I don't see a problem with. My problem is with Fast Ultimate, where we actually have to slow it down. That's where my problem lies. Maybe I'll get that intro sprint mastery one of these times. This is basically this tournament. The bracket I got is so bad. I basically should, like, I basically just take the knee, take the week off kind of bad bracket almost. Or take the tournament off. You can't take a week off without 2-1. Really, Ghetto? Well, if I don't have to slow it down, I won't really... That's... Really, to me, slowing it down is my only complaint. Like, I don't really care. Like, bad battle conditions, you know, that's going to happen, right? Like, as long as I don't have to slow the game down, that's what matters to me. Just let me get through the pain quickly. Also, I kind of dislike that when I queue up, I can't see the battle conditions until I actually go into the tournament again. Because, like, a lot of times I just queue up and just leave. I actually queued up at a terrible time, too. It's 100% my fault. I think I had just finished a run. I was like, oh, let's queue up. A little late, but I should have just held it, or I should have just ended my farm run earlier. But, of course, I was trying to not end my farm run because, like, I was so close. Hey, Jason, you got, like, 25 minutes, dude. You better get in your bracket. If I don't have to slow it down, I'll be happy. Maybe with my level 8... Oh, congrats, Linus. Maybe with my level 8, Hold on. I have to deal with something. It's something minor, don't worry. There we go. Maybe with my level 8, I don't even remember where I was going with this. Oh, Super Tower Mastery. We might get a different result. Anything could happen. I will say that anything could happen. And we're saving up our gems just to complete Super Tower Mastery. Right now, we need 1,000 more gems. So we're close. And then my tower will permanently have this effect. Cells per minute? What do you mean cells per minute? CPM is always coins. It'd have to be CEPM to be cells. Nobody's making 1,000,000 cells per minute. Yeah, because I'll have this cool permanent effect on my tower. Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing? We're going to need all the luck. And then I'm going to be doing enemy balance plus. I do wish that they would put the cells up here. And then you could do this and see cells per minute. That'd be nice. Ghetto finished all of the card, all of it? Wow. No, it wouldn't be useless. You would just be able to 6x everything. What more could you want out of life? A 6th slab, I guess. Holy. I'm about to start my 2nd card mastery. Slowly but surely, I will climb the ranks. How was your tournament, Nick? But that's fine, Linus, because you know we're gonna, like, if you're making that many cells, you know there's gonna be a 7x, and an 8x, and a 9x, and a 10x eventually. Hey, Going, yes, you can ask. I will do my best to answer. Oh, congrats, Nick. So go ahead, Going. And how are you doing today, Going? Wow, 16 mastery. I'm about to be a 1 mastery. Did I not show Wednesdays? I thought I did. Did I forget to do that in the video? Sometimes I forget. I was 6. Wednesday was that's kind of what I noticed, right? Like I'll get a good tournament. Wait. Yeah. Good tournament, good, well, okay. I haven't had a bad tournament like this in a while, since Christmas. So, okay, I guess I really can't complain too much. This is my first bad tournament in a while. Good luck, Marius. Then I do have, as soon as I'm done with the tournament, I do maybe need to do something. I need to see what Maria's doing. If she's going to go to bed or not. Going, that's extremely vague. Minions should not ever give you most of your Slayer points ever since they changed everything. So minions really shouldn't. I'm assuming you're at a point in the game. I mean, Rage mode should give you most of your Slayer points going. But for Rage mode to give you most of your Slayer points, you basically have to be constantly fishing for a Soul Multiplier. If you get the Soul Multiplier, then you have to do all the different things, which is like the necklace and this and that, to get the Soul Multiplier up. And that should be giving you most of the coins. So if you're doing all that, and minions are still giving you most of your Slayer points, that means you aren't ascending and especially now that they fixed it to make it more readable, you're either are not ascending at 10%, 10 to 20%. 20%. Like, you shouldn't hold an ascension when it says more than 20%. And if you're not ascending that frequently, that's what's holding you down. So that was an Idol Slayer question, everybody. That's unrelated to the tower that we're playing right now. I said I'd answer it. And the reality is, and again, this is Idol Slayer, and the reality going, but you should be doing rage. Is that with or without a soul multiplier? Because if you're just doing rage mode every 10 minutes and getting 10 trillion, that's not bad. And that means if you get a 40x soul multiplier, that would be 400 trillion, and that would eclipse your minion haul. Okay. I don't know. Honestly, going fishing, my best advice for you then would be to go to the Discord, post what your armory and everything is, find the appropriate channel with where you are in the game, and post everything. If you don't want to do that, I would recommend going to the Idol Slayer wiki. In the Idol Slayer wiki, make sure you're following the Divinity tier list and the Ascension tier list. Both of the wikis really up to date with that. And that would really be your best bet. I honestly, just from these statistics, and I don't really want to turn this into a super detailed Idol Slayer thing because we're mostly playing the tower right now. With those statistics, I can't really help you in I was hoping it was something simple. But with that information, if you're making that little from rage mode, there's either something wrong with your build or something else. The reality is, though, if you're making 120 trillion a day, you should be close to getting the idle overclocking stone anyways. And then with idle overclock, will just overtake what your minions make. So either you wait the 8-ish days to just get the idle stone overclock, and then it doesn't matter because you just do everything offline. Or you go to the Discord and just ask them to see what's going on. It sounds to me, if this is happening, it sounds to me like you're not ascending enough. That would be my first guess, is that you're not ascending frequently enough. But I wouldn't say, because I didn't have a great armory either for the longest time. It's at 69.5, the default. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. Wait a second, what's wrong with my range? Oh, right, no, I had the range card in. I actually still have the cards set up from last time, because I guess I didn't change them. Yeah, I have the range card on. I guess we had ranged ultimate last. Yeah, we did. So I didn't even change my cards, but that's fine. Yeah, I need the range card. So I'm actually at almost 100 meters because I have the range card on. All clouded. I forgot that last tournament was also range. Honestly, I wish we had more card presets, to be extremely honest with you. Or at least I wish we had like 10. So that's your problem. If you're trying to save up to get a good CPS multiplier to get charged Yetis, you will not get anything from rage mode. That's your problem. If you are choking yourself out of ascensions, because the thing is, you should be ascending regularly. No, I don't really want those, but, that's just going to make me sad, Foss. We're just going to turn my tower from a good tower to a bad tower. So, I'm kind of sad, but, it is what it is. It's the ranged ultimate. You have to use it for the ranged ultimate, because the way ranged work is the more range you have the further in they have to come in to shoot at you. I mean, like I said, going fishing, you effectively have two options. Okay, if you're getting 120 trillion a day, you're 8 days away roughly from just getting idle overload, and then you can then the game just becomes like 95% offline. So you either wait the 8 days to do that, or you ascend more regularly, because the more you wait between ascensions, the less you get from rage mode. So those are your two options. Oh, Nick. And again, like honestly, if you don't like, again, if you are getting that poor results from rage mode, I would just wait. Like, cause you're so close to idle overload anyways, it like doesn't matter. Okay, man, have a good one. So that should conclude our Idol Slayer questions. Yeah, you basically. I should have actually cranked my range lab up, but I don't want to restart. I mean, it's gonna. Marius, like, no rule is necessarily like set in stone, because it's going to depend on the size of your black hole. It's going to depend on this. It's going to depend on that. It's going to depend on other things. So, and it's also going to depend on luck too. Like, never discount how much luck actually does matter. Because what'll happen is either one will sneak through right here and get me, or one won't. You should check what your next pull is, Neville. He has Death Wave, Black Hole, Golden Tower, Spotlight, and if you have Chrono Field, you might want to consider grabbing it. But the reality is, you have the 4 best ones. You should just invest in it. Hey, Chen, how you doing? Hey, Linus, I don't think so. Otherwise, every run would be the same. I don't think they seed the tournament that way. I don't know. I mean, there are people who play the tournament twice and they get different results. Like, I think I've done 2 runs without really changing much of anything and gotten different results. I do not have that research, Virus Zero. That is on my list to do. The question was about the fast enemy speed lab. But I don't have it. It's on my list to research at some point. I'm actually pretty close to having some slots open up too, so I'll probably work on that and max it at some point. And yeah, thank you, Jeffrey. Everybody, could you, if you could, please like the stream? That does help a lot. The thing is, the enemy speed only helps in this tournament. I don't know, Zero. I don't know how significant of a difference it would make. I honestly don't know, because I don't have it researched, right? So at some point I'll research it and I'll max it out, and then we'll see. Like, I can't really say. I don't know. The only thing I know for sure that's seeded that way, Linus, is allegedly the enemy level skips are seeded that way. Oh, no, I haven't heard. For me, it's more I'm going to have space available, so I might as well research it. I honestly, Linus, I don't know, because I actually did milestones back in. I tried milestones multiple times in a row, and I swear I did get different results without really having much to change. So I don't know. I thought that and especially and a lot of my basing this off of is, I thought, wait, you can't save scum. Yes, I did, Marius. I got the tier 13 4500. I got it right before Elites came out, because I was like, oh, I guess I should get this done, because I just finished tier 12. And so I was like, oh, let me get this done. So the milestones I need to push are tier 14, tier 15, and tier 16. But the issue is I need so much coins now for like masteries. I want to just make sure I have enough coins for masteries before I start really trying to push that. Linus, I don't think you can save scum. You'd have to start the thing. No, Nick, Elites were patch 24 or something like that. I mean, Nick, you have told me you have watched my episodes from the beginning. And one of my episodes clearly is like about how now we have Elites. I swear. Yeah. The Tower, number 95. The Elite Enemy Invasion. No, 95. That's what I did too, Virus. And it wasn't really cheesing. I didn't have Chrono Field, Jeffrey, before Elite, so I wouldn't know. If you're able to save Scum a Death Defy, then you would know for sure that there is randomness. Like it isn't fixed. Yeah, it was Elites were added as part of number 95, which that was released. When was that released? 9 months ago? April 13th, 2024. Yeah, I never got to Infinite Waves because when that came out, I didn't have Permanent Black Hole, so I didn't have Infinite Waves. It sounds like that would have been a really good time because you would just set your tower and forget it until next tournament. Yes, I do believe, I don't know about wave skip, but I know for sure that enemy level skip is fixed. You should wait until you upgrade the Ring of Luck. This is an Idol Slayer question about what to do with the armory. You should wait until you upgrade the Ring of Luck. There's no point in wasting resources farming our armory without the upgraded Ring of Luck. Oh, okay, Foss. So Infinity was low coins, but it was just nice to not have to do runs over and over. Should I make going? I don't understand what you mean. There is the virus total or virus total. Virus 0, there is still a bug involving wave skip and ELS. If you have wave skip, ELS is less effective. They're allegedly fixing this in the next update. But ELS is currently fixed RNG. Like, for example, with a certain level of skips, you always get the same result. And going, I really don't understand what you mean by your next ascension about divinities. Again, I'm confused. I don't understand. You should always be farming divinities. Are you talking about ultra ascending to try and maximize your divinities? Because that's a little different than what you're saying. But what I think you're trying to describe is, should I ultra ascend? Okay. I'm gonna tell you, I never did that. I just got my divinities normally. I would only do that if you have all the upgrades unlocked in the game. If you have everything unlocked in the game, sure. If you don't, if there's still stuff you need to get, like you should follow the tier trees for the divinity and ascension, and just work on getting stuff unlocked. The only reason I farmed, and I didn't even farm divinities that way, I farmed astral keys that way, is because I had everything unlocked. Hey Genesis, how you doing? I have an FAQ going. I'm going to link it to you, and hopefully this answers a lot of your questions. Yeah, then you need to focus on getting you need to focus on doing your ultra ascensions. Like, there's no point to stop and farm divinities when you still have stuff you can unlock via ultra ascension. You should 100% stay focused on that. My black hole duration is currently at 33 seconds. Like, the only reason to do stuff for farming divinities and stuff like that would be, I have unlocked everything in the game, I have all the upgrades, and I want to push my armory or something. It's not yet. It's almost. Unfortunately, the Idol Slayer calculator is now out of date. So you don't, that site's out of date. But the wiki is up to date with the, and you should just follow what the wiki says to do. That's what I did. I did everything the wiki said for the Ascension tier tree, and I followed the Divinity tier tree. And everything outside of that is, I've just been playing the game for like 2 years. So it's an idle game when you have, and that is the closure of the bracket. Yeah, Genesis, I picked a bad one. And I picked this. This is 100% my mistake. And going, I'm not trying to be dismissive of what you're asking. I think the questions you're asking are, you're trying to play the game like you're an endgame player when you're not at endgame yet. And if you're trying to play the game like an endgame player and you're not at endgame yet, you're just hurting yourself long term. Oh, nice, Jeffrey. Oh, my bracket's terrible. I guess you didn't see the video, but yeah, this is terrible. It's going to be a miracle if I get higher than 15. Jeffrey, what is your 6th place? It's called bad luck, Marius. Yeah, it's my fault because I started late. I waited until my run finished, and I was like, well, I guess I'll queue up. It's a little late. Maybe I should wait. And I queued up. I mean, I don't think it would have been too different because, yeah, there's a lot of variance in the brackets, Marius. There's a huge variance. Well, Virus, I'm envious. It's not... It's... Well, I queued up late, guys. I queued up at, like, I think it was, like, my run finished, like, at, like, 1 a.m. or something like that. And I queued up for... And I knew this going into it. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get a good bracket at this time. So I knew I was at a bad time, because that was basically... But I was like, well, it's not too late, right? This is late at night. I was thinking it was late enough that I was okay. And going, I don't know if you're still there. If the wiki doesn't help, like the FAQ I linked, I would really recommend that you come and join the Discord for Idol Slayer, and you post everything, and somebody will have an answer on why your rage mode is so bad. I don't know. I actually listen to other people a lot. I wish I was in Ghetto's bracket. Well, actually, I wish I was in Virus Zero's bracket, but you know. The Ghetto's bracket would be nice too. That's when I queued up, Jeffrey, at 1 a.m., and that was not a good bracket. At least I think it was, like 1:30 or something like that. I was like, my run's almost done, I'll queue up. Usually I try to aim for like 10 to 11 p.m. Okay, Fost. Damn. I just got ruined. Ruined. Oh, you work on? Oh, well, I don't work on Saturday, so I can get. I also am a night person, anyways. But usually I try to do it at like 11. Yes and no, Marius. The thing is the way they usually only create new brackets, not because people are doing well. They create new brackets because tournaments are taking too long. So the reality is we're probably not going to see a new bracket anytime soon, because now you can get Hey Vincent, how you doing? Now you can get intro sprint mastery, and you can skip 2,000 waves. So I don't predict we're going to get a new bracket anytime soon. Because you can basically get to 1,800 with no effort, and like once you're at 1,800, you're probably, oh, congrats, Vincent. You're probably pretty set it and forget it. You know, your game's like a Ronco oven. I meant run, excuse me. I meant run instead of bracket. Yeah, and when they fix wave skip, that'll help a lot too. Linus, the only thing you can do is get the minus knockback and try and use space displacer. Virus Zero, I'm not saying that won't happen eventually, but it's going to be a long time from now. Like, we just got, I don't even remember when they added Champions League, and I want to say it was like a year or two ago. Because when I started, I don't even think there was Champion League, and I've been playing for 2.5 years. And so they added Champion League, and then they added Legends, obviously. And I don't know, and if I had to guess, we might get another bracket well, Linus, with a daily mission, you shouldn't need to re-roll it. You can just take as long as you need to complete it. You would only have to re-roll it if you thought you were in danger of capping the missions. And in that case, you're playing the game every, like, once a day. Hi, Skylar. How you doing? Oh, okay. So it was no, yeah. So if they added Champion League back in November, then maybe we'll get a bracket later this year. Because if Champion was in 2023, we got a bracket in 2024. Then we might. Then there's a slim chance we might get one in 2025. So that means we're going to have a Legends Plus bracket maybe at the end of 2025. But that's a maybe. And yeah, Linus, it is annoying. I'm not disputing that. It is annoying to have a mission you can't complete. Now, I'll be honest, like, I finally got to the point where it's not a problem. Oh, yeah, the event. So per Skylar, that Wave Ascension and Wave Skip Masteries are outperforming the other Econ Mastery. That's interesting. And I kind of agree with Ghetto's take that I doubt we'll see higher than Legends for a while. The difference in Legends is, well, you can't really take Legends. I will say this, Ghetto. I don't feel like it's fair to take it that way with Champ and Legends, because you really should look at 2 weeks of both, right? Because it's not really fair to compare first place from Champ to Legends, because I think it actually, first place in Legends for two wins is 850. Whereas first place in Champion means you have to get to Legends. And then you would get, if you're going to demote, I think it's 250 stones. So that puts Champ and Legends at 625, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, Wave Skip Mastery is mandatory. So Chen, like, if I got my wish, Chen asked, what do you think's coming first, more accessible keys or a new bracket? If I had my wish, what they would actually do is change how keys work in terms of you would have keys would stay the same for the Power Vault. Like maybe they double the cost in the Power Vault. I don't know what they would do to achieve this. But what I would like to see is the separation of keys for Harmony and for Power. okay? Where basically everybody, like, the game knows how many keys you've spent, and so basically it refunds all the keys you've spent. It splits the vault into two different progression paths. One is for keys, which is the power path, and the other path is for harmony, which, like, the paths stay the same. What I'm trying to say is there's a new currency for harmony, where it's easier to get the quality of life changes, but keys actually stay for the power changes. And yes, they are going to add more virus. They have said that the vault is going to continually get expanded to add more stuff. So even if you max out your keys and max out the vault. I agree, Genesis. Because Linus, you're going to just have to watch more ads. Until you decide to buy ad-free, it's not really going to help you. No, they haven't confirmed this, guys. No. This is my speculation. Nothing that I'm saying is confirmed. This is like my wish list, okay? My wish list is that they split the Vault of Harmony and they split the Vault of Power. They keep keys for the Vault of Power. Linus, the game is just telling you, please buy ad-free. Save your sanity. Yeah, this is a wish list, guys. This is I am dreaming of how the game would change. I would actually I would actually keep my Havoc Bringer if it meant I got to change to the way. Modular pulls are never going to change. I don't see that ever changing. At best, if they were going to change mod pulls, they're going to let us exchange mods. They'll let us exchange duplicates. That's like the best I think we would ever get. Genesis, I don't ever foresee that changing either. I think they like the tournament setup the way it is. I mean, anything could change, but I feel like they want people to feel like they're competing with each other more than just trying to hit a watermark of how far people need to go. Otherwise, people would basically stop spending once they hit the watermark they wanted to hit. Chen, I don't know. Module pull to me, it's painful and it's not. Yeah, Nuke and DM are on death, so I don't have to worry about them. So I'll be honest, I don't like it. Yeah, Genesis, and I understand what you mean. It removes the need to spend, which is why it's never gonna happen. Because once you hit that watermark, you would always get the same reward. My personal wish that I feel like is more achievable because it wouldn't like wreck the game or wouldn't stop people from spending in the game, is probably a better way to put it, is that they split the Vault of Harmony and Vault of Power, which I feel like is a more reasonable request. But the result of this is they'd probably double the key costs in the Vault of Power, and they'd make a new currency for the Vault of Harmony, and the currency for the Vault of Harmony would drop at like lower tournament brackets. Yeah, Virus Zero, effectively two different keys. But it probably wouldn't be two different keys. Yeah, because you could get harmony keys earlier, and you could get a small amount of keys, and it's... And then it would let them do different things with keys, right? Like, you get harmony keys. I feel like you should get harmony keys from the weekly, right? Like, maybe you get 2 keys at the end chest. Oh, wow. Congrats, Lee. Well, I feel, Jeffrey, I feel like this is a game where things are constantly going to change, and this is why I had such a hard time with my 2025 prediction. Because a game like this, the developers can't ever let the game get stale. Yeah, exactly, Virus. It could be a trickle for people that are in early game. It wouldn't really be great because like the spine doesn't really help them, but I mean at least when they get Workshop Plus and stuff like that, it would, you know? But I feel like they can't do that. They can't do weekly harmony keys. They can't do any of that stuff with keys because of the power keys represent. So they would have to split the way keys are into 2 separate things. And I feel like if they do that, they would have to double the cost in the vault of the power. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that, Ghetto. I just feel like the quality of life part should be more accessible. Like, I'm fine with keys being difficult to obtain and keys being difficult to obtain for the power side of things. I'm not as enthusiastic about keys being difficult to change for the quality of life side of things. Because there's so many quality of life things that I feel like more players should have access to. But that's my opinion. And that's how I would solve it. And I think making the quality of life stuff more available encourages people to keep playing the game. And I feel like that's an important thing. But again, that's my opinion. And I also feel like it's a good idea to do it later. Linus, I wouldn't say it's a stupid system. It's a system designed to reward the you know, the very top end of the player base. And how do you get bored with HC Infinity runs, Virus Zero? Like, you just let the game run, you do your 2 tournaments, and wait for something to change. I don't know. I guess I was just fine with converting electricity into tower points. And by tower points, I mean all the different currencies, you know, the stones and the gems and the coins. Got to get that defense absolute up. That's gonna make or break this run, guys. Oh, or not. There goes my wall. That's not good. All right, we're going to have to switch to the other guys. Yes and no, Linus. The entire game is not designed around the endgame community. If it was, modules would have been an endgame thing when they released, and modules weren't. Modules were a, I'll say, early-ish game thing. Skylar, I'm gonna. So first, I don't understand what you mean by that. I mean, I understand what glass cannon is, but I don't understand, like, what the implication of my change would be. Like, I don't understand where you're going with that. Like, what would I change to achieve that, is what I'm trying to say, Skylar. Well, how are we considering early game, Foss? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't know when early game is. Like, I feel like something that unlocks at tier 2 was. Now, I do think they should give more module draws. Like, I feel like you should get weekly module draws from the weekly. Like, I don't understand why we don't get that. Even if it's just one module draw. I guess I was looking at it since it unlocks at tier 2, that it was early. That's how I was looking at it, because it's tier 2 wave 90. Because even though, yes, you're right, you can't really spend your gems on it, you can't do a lot of draws on it, you still have to get your cards, and they have made cards like this enormous hill to climb now. Well, I won't be able to change my card presets. There's, like, what card, how would I change my cards? Because if I need to change my cards, I can just buy more card slots. That's why I'm confused, Skylar, because, like, what really would I change? And I can't change my stone investment. There's no respec. Like, that's what my question is, Virus. Hey, Death Ray. Yeah, I don't have presets yet, known to Pwn. Presets are coming eventually. Right, Mac, but that makes it that statement is a noob trap, right? Somebody who focuses on cards over modules is going to do better than somebody focusing on modules over cards, so that's a noob trap. I was just saying that since it unlocks at tier 2 wave 90, that yes, you're not going to sit there and draw yourself to death until you get a good set of modules. Yeah, but Virus, the thing is, if let's say for 25, 30, 35, you got one ticket, right? That's the equivalent to 60 gems. That's not like a huge thing. And not only that, that encourages people to actually engage with the module system. And that would encourage, like, again, if somebody wanted to spend, that would encourage them to spend. Yeah, I understand, Mac, but my point is, just because you can do something, it doesn't mean it's, if it's not the best choice, it's, uh-oh. That was a little bit much. I just have a hard time saying it agreeing with that. Wow, this is not good. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit away. Oh, thanks, Virus. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for that. That is one of the things. I feel like a lot of games are way too like they don't give you enough trickle for premium. Like this game obviously trickles gems. I feel like it should also trickle module draws just a little bit. Like 3 a week wouldn't be huge. Thank you, Sai. How are you doing today? You still have wings. It could be okay. I do feel like once I get the yeah, I agree, Genesis, that they should just make an exchange program. I don't think we would get that many, Linus. That's why I'm saying just 3. I don't think we would get, I think putting, I mean, maybe 2 in the last box, but I don't think so. Honestly, I think 3 draws would be generous enough. Yeah, I'm still gonna be pulling. I just didn't pull any last episode because I'm saving up my gems to skip Tower Mastery 9. I want to skip that as soon as I can. I'm pretty close to skipping that. I'm 1,500 gems away. Maybe a little less now. Yes, we've chipped it down to just 950 gems away. How bad am I doing? Abysmal. Wow. Yeah, I still have to I still have to draw for my masteries. I mean, my modules. No, 40 weekly box is too much, Linus. Yeah, I got a terrible bracket. A 40 means you could only miss 2 of the missions. Because you'd only be able to miss 2 of the missions. I don't feel like the game should be built around that you can almost never miss. Yeah, it's basically known to pwn. This is basically my bye week. Like I told everybody when I started, I'll be lucky to get 15th place. It happens. I've never missed one, Linus, but I don't think the game should be built around people like me who just run the game 24/7. Well, I'll say this. If they had a 40th one, it might be okay if they gave us a research that increased the amount of mission slots we could hold. You are correct, Linus. For the most part, unless you get an ILM one like the one you had, or again, you're thinking, Linus, high end game for me. Yes, daily missions take 2 minutes. But like, look at how you had to re-roll the ILM one, or look at how you had a mission you couldn't complete for 2 weeks or 2 months. I got to get my big boy shoes on. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. I just don't like. I just don't feel like there should be. I feel like there should be some slack in the system, is what I'm trying to say. I guess that would be kind of interesting. So it's not that daily missions don't take a long time, Linus. My cash, I can get more defense absolute. Everything's pretty much. Jason, at this point in the tournament, all the important stuff is maxed. And like rend armor is outside the realm of being reasonable to increase. I think you need CF plus, Ghetto. That's my opinion. I think you'll see more returns on CF plus. Jason, did I misunderstand you, or did you mean my in-game cash? Oh, yeah, there's nothing for me to buy. Just defense absolute at this point. I can't wait until I get CF plus. I want the toilet bowl. I'll be able to have them spin round and round and round they go. Just like a record. I'm wondering why everything is moving so slow, but I forget it's at 2x. I have my wings still, so that's good. Hey, Scrub. The reason we have to slow it down is because of Fast Ultimate. The way Fast Ultimate works is that it warps. And what I mean by that is the way this game is that if you're on one side of a 10-meter table and you move at 11 meters per second, or really 11 meters per frame, that if you're moving at that speed and the first frame has you on one end of the table, and then the next frame says you move 11 meters, now you have moved on the other side of the table, and it would warp you across the table. Okay? The only way to change the way the game handles collision like that is to actually reduce the speed of the game, because then what happens is, if I cut the speed in half, now you're moving at 5.5 meters between frames. So then what happens is you're now landing in the middle of the table, and the game has to handle the collision between the table and yourself. And that's the low performance way to handle collision and stuff like that for a lot of games that run frame to frame. That's why you'll see a lot of stuff like in Super Mario Brothers for the NES. That's why there's a lot of wall clipping and stuff like that, because what's happening is they're taking advantage of the frame to frame collision. And that's why so many things have to be done quote unquote frame perfect. And Linus just knew where I was going. I think most people know because that's not the first time I've done it. It's how a lot of games handle collision. Vector-based collision is just very expensive. Really, Lee? Wow. Yeah, like Mario for the NS is just insane. I don't believe so, Linus. I believe most of the problem is just the 2.5 times faster. I believe this is slow enough. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Jason. We do still have wings, though. Like, interestingly, I feel like my damage is actually okay-ish. Sai, I have been playing since July 4th of 2022. So, 2.5 years, roughly. A little over 2.5 years now. Yes and no. I've played World of Warcraft for longer, so it's hard to, like, that's like nothing in World of Warcraft time. I mean, even like Diablo 2 I played for longer than that, I think. I think Diablo 2 I played for, if we don't count D2 Resurrection, I probably played it for like 3 years, off and on. I don't know, it is harder to remember time back then. I actually don't even know what the 500 relic is. Yes. Critical factor by 5%, yes. Yeah, I've seen the advertisements for Planet Miner. I didn't even know Planet Miner had tournaments. But I didn't understand, like, I never tried Planet Miner because I didn't know how it worked. how are tournaments in Planet Miner? Oh, congrats, Scrub. So this is gonna be the slow dramatic. Uh-oh. I kept my wings though. Wild, its collision generally just doesn't work well with the fast ultimate. And I don't think that it's bosses specifically for me, but it's the fast and whoever the fasts are speeding up. I've never had an issue outside of fast ultimate with the ILM not stunning. Oh, okay. So I didn't know that Planet Miner had tournaments like that, and that you had to do the tournament galaxy to craft the more expensive stuff. To me, the tower is enough. Honestly, I have another game that I need to do, and I haven't had time to get to it with everything else going on. I will probably do it next weekend, but it won't be a stream, it'll just be a video. And there go wings. Is it all downhill from here? Really, Christian? Okay. You can't go to 0.5. Okay, you're messing with me. I see. Oh, yes, I do have another LBR video because the last one I uploaded, for some reason, I tried the full screen borderless and it didn't record for like an hour, even though I was doing stuff in the game. Yeah, Lee, I just had bad luck. What can I say? Virus Zero had his bracket, his top end bracket was 684. Well, the only person I have to blame is myself because I robbed myself. Really? 1x? Do I need to go to 1x now that I lost my wings? I'm using BlueStacks, Skylar. I can't use LD. I use Hyper-V for other things. Yeah, I started late, but I started late, my tournament late, but I thought it was still early enough, but the answer was no. It was not, it was at the wrong time. I think most people, I feel like most people just queue up, like the big dogs side. I feel like most of them just queue up when their run ends. And I just happened to, my run ended when all of theirs run ended, because that's what I was waiting for, my run to end. And I just picked wrong. And there goes demon mode. We'll try getting some more defense absolute, see if that helps. Hey Guru, how you doing? Can't win them all. Yeah, that makes sense, Sai. Well, Hyper-V is a feature in Windows. To use LD Player, Skylar, you have to disable Hyper-V. As I use Hyper-V for other things on my computer, disabling Hyper-V is just not an option for me. So the only emulator I can use is BlueStacks. Yeah, wildcard. I just got a terrible bracket. It happens. I probably would have been better waiting for probably I would say a half hour to an hour in queuing up, but hindsight's 2020, you know. There's no way to know. And I thought I was queuing up. I was like, I'm not going to get a good bracket. And I was like, well, let's just do it. I don't know when else I'll be able to do it. So I should have just waited. But hindsight's 2020. Okay, we have Nuke. Will Nuke save us is the question, though. Because one time Nuke went off and then I just died anyways. So, Skylar, that's more of a question for the Discord because I can't experiment with other emulators. I don't have any problems with BlueStacks. I don't have any complaints with BlueStacks. It seems to work fine for me. Yeah, pretty much. There's always another tournament. There goes Nuke. Well, I did die. So hopefully I hold 15th place. Wow, what a burnout. Maybe next week will be better. Yeah, so that was a bracket. I will say the bracket analyzer is pretty accurate. Because the bracket analyzer actually put me at 15th. Wow, Crow's gonna get well, not he might get to top 10. Just leave it off? Leave Poison Swamp off entirely? Doesn't Poison Swamp help me? Oh yeah, Christian. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't really like until they make an option that does that. It needs to be one or the other. Because otherwise, I'm turning it on and forget. Because if it messes with GT Plus, I'll turn it off and just leave it off. Because otherwise, I forget. That's the whole thing. What I'll do is I'll just leave it off and see what happens. Because what happens is I'll turn it on and then restart my next run and then forget to turn it off and then it stays on until I remember. And I know CF messes with it too, which I wish they would fix that where it didn't. Oh, what am I doing? Really? No, I can try it with it off. I don't have a problem with leaving it off. That's kind of sad, though, that it doesn't help. But whatever. It is what it is, right? I do like how the demon mode wings, like, they pump. I don't know what causes that, but they kind of pump. That is one of the things I hope they expand the Harmony tree with, is like they make it so certain ultimate weapons will turn on after a certain number of waves. That would be really nice. Like if you want to have your chain lightning off until like wave 4000, you could just set it in the Harmony branch. And like each one, like you buy upgrades, and the first one is one ultimate weapon. And then you can buy another one for 2, and it goes all the way up probably to, I guess it could go up to 9, but I don't know that you would ever want to turn like Golden Tower off, or, you know, but that way you could delay some of them. I feel like that would be neat. Yeah, like he'd never turn Spotlight off. But you could turn Spotlight Missile off. So I guess for Spotlight, it would just be Spotlight Missile. But I will say this, I do have to get a couple things done this weekend. Okay, I'll just leave Poison Swamp off and we'll see what happens. I don't mind leaving it off. And then I'll try to turn it on, but we'll see. Right now I'm at my record is 1.68 quadrillion. So that's my record right now. We'll see what happens with Poison Swamp off. See if I beat the record. But I do have some other stuff to do this weekend, so I have to actually get going. This should only be for this weekend, and then next weekend we'll be back to normal. So that's good. So once again, guys, thank you for watching. So really appreciate it. I appreciate everybody that liked the stream too. But once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. And yep, happy farming, everybody. Sorry that I have to kind of cut this short, but I have, like I said, I have some things I got to do. I got some things I got to do, so next weekend we'll be back to normal, and I can have it a little later. But goodbye, everybody.